Sydney's northern beaches. It's a playground for sun lovers, where every day is a celebration. And that keeps the cops busy.
What's in there? Don't push a cop, mate. Just go home.
So when things get too hot...
OK, listen, it's a licensed premises. You need to leave.
We're heading code red to Narrabeen as well. We'll be 5.
Can you get me your ID, please? Not good.
These cops keep it cool.
Pretty crazy. Reports are he's on ice.
We also get an ambulance here. I'm just going to go check on him and I'll update you.
Please, all I'm asking you to do is go home.
If you behave like that again, then you will receive a fine, OK?
Welcome to their world. Tonight...
About 10 minutes ago, I heard some glass crack and crumble.
This house is seconds away from collapsing.
But you've got to get out of your house. That house across the road is going to go any second now.
We've now got to go tell the family that one of their relatives has passed away.
Nicole and Brendan face their toughest day.
I really feel for his kids and, yeah, I was quite upset, yeah.
And Natalie isn't buying this guy's story.
Hot day. Sometimes I'm scratching and, I'm holding like this. It doesn't look like I'm holding a phone.
I don't know if you're lying to us, but you were definitely talking to someone on a phone.
That's tonight on Beachcombs. Recent storms have devastated parts of Sydney's northern beaches. The flooding rains have caused mayhem throughout the suburbs, leaving some homes damaged and others literally on the edge of disaster.
We're about to go through Monavale. We're on the way to check out your house.
We're just heading to a job here. This is a bit of a strange one that we get a lot in the weather. Forman's concerned that his house, top of the hill, may come falling down forward onto the roadway.
And the council's sent a civil engineer to go assess it, and he's deeming it to be pretty dangerous enough to evacuate people.
That would be pretty scary to see a house fall, hey?
Yeah.
How you going, guys?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, thanks, guys. So it's a massive problem.
Let's all...
Gibbo and Bryce consult with the council engineers to get the lay of the land.
So during the high rains, all the foundations have scoured out, and so it's overhanging, so it's got half of it overhanging the foundations. Some of the foundations have actually collapsed themselves, so it's looking like it could be a landslide.
That house doesn't look good at all. We're going to start door knocking as a matter of urgency.
This is the worst one I've seen. I would say this is pretty dangerous, way up the top there. Imminent. I'm going to probably put my money on to say this might fall. It's a pretty old house, so what we'll do is clear everyone. Hopefully we can get them out before house falls.
They're already out. I've spoken to all these 3 houses. They're all grubbing stuff and on their way out.
We've got cops in there at the moment to assess that the house is empty, because we don't worry about the house, we worry about human life. So we can fix things, but we can't fix people.
But you've got to get out of your house. That house across the road is going to go any second now.
Guys, I might just get all of us, everyone, just away, because I don't think we're going to be able to run as fast as the house can move.
The old couple in here just grabbing their shoes and their mobile.
At the moment, we clear all the houses, record everyone's details. They're asked not to return to their houses. Basically, they can't until further notice, and we just make sure everyone's safe. Guys, yeah, we're going to have to get you to move right now. The big boss is here and he wants you to go.
So the deal is, you go in there, you've got a spotter from Fires. I do know when I looked at it a short time ago, I could actually see rocks falling off the foundation, and there are a couple of strange noises coming. And I've made the call that no one is to go into that area. It's just too dangerous.
I'm not going to let anyone through. Doesn't matter who they are. Now that our commander's here, he's taking control of the whole site. He's in control of everyone. He's directed both myself and Bryce not to let anyone in. Pretty high-ranking fire inspector tried walking through and I had to stop him. A little bit awkward, but got my job to do. Just going to go away. Yeah.
So I just overlapped it.
About 10 minutes ago, I heard some glass crack and crumble, so it sounded like something was going.
With the situation becoming more and more unpredictable by the second, engineers have decided to do an uncontrolled demolition.
Overall, everyone knows the story. It's a timber house. It's extraordinarily unstable. In some ways, we're surprised it hasn't already spontaneously fallen. I'm glad you...
It's amazing how much effort we have to go to, but it's a particularly tricky demolition. And as the engineers have said to us, it may be messy.
And there's one more major concern.
It's got old fibro in it, and you've got to be careful.
There's a number of dangers in this premises. The first one is that it's got about 30 square metres of asbestos in it. And what we've done to mitigate that is we've got asbestos monitors around the place, and we're going to, as the house demolishes, we're going to set off sprays from the fire brigade that will dampen any dust.
The other pumps down here, as I said, for the asbestos. We'll have another appliance pumping into that. We can get up to 1,500 kPa.
The house is going to be brought down with two things happening at the same time. The first is a really high pressure water being directed at foundations to undermine them, and at the same time there's a cable wrapped around the house, and that's pulling the house down as well. It's like a gurney, isn't it?
We're going to pump into the, we're going to draft out of the pump, out of the mains, and pump it up, energise it up through the. If you were holding onto a hose and it was 1,500 kPa, you'd be in the air somewhere. So it's quite a. It'd knock you off your feet, put it that way.
I'm looking forward to this, mate. I'm looking forward to this.
And it all just takes a few minutes.
Well, finally, this house came down. We were so worried that it was going to stay up. Unbelievable. I'm so relieved it's over. The fire brigade have done a brilliant job. I'm surprised at the integrity of it, though. I didn't expect...
I actually thought it would...
engineers, Martin picked it spot on. He absolutely knew exactly to the letter where it was going to land, and he did it to the millimetre. I'm slightly relieved. I tell you what, it didn't look like it was going to go for a while, so, no, I'm over the moon. Yeah, you'll notice we just sprayed and soaked it. That's to prevent any dust from asbestos, but we know we've got monitors here. We've done that well. No one injured, got it down. I'm just relieved, and everyone here, we just kind of, it's like the end of a football match. We've all congratulated each other. So it was a good job. The engineers did a brilliant job. Yeah, well done. See you later. Good to get done. Let's get out of here. Unbelievable.
Boys. How old are you?
21.
Act 21 then, mate. If she doesn't move out of the area, she's getting a ticket.
10.
Kurt, is this your address? Okay, mate, so tell me what's happening in the Staying Hotel tonight.
Playing the pogies and after a
We got approached by security staff from the Staying Hotel, and they've just informed us that one of their patrons was playing a poker machine, decided he didn't like what happened and threw a glass at it, breaking the screen.
Just told you I was playing the pogies, I threw a glass. Obviously it's past the machine, I didn't mean to do. That's my story.
Okay, so we need to record all that in the note there.
The only reason I think he's done it, he's told me he spent $400 gambling. So gamblers don't like to lose. Young kids don't like to lose $400. Bit of a temper. Where'd you throw the glass?
At the wall, hit the side of the pokies machine.
So you've thrown the glass at the wall and it's hit the machine, and has it caused some damage to the machine?
Yeah.
He's claiming he didn't throw it at the machine, but looking at the machine, it's a pretty direct hit. If it's proven that you are the offender and this is what's happened, if these guys want to go the route that you can pay for the damage without being charged, we may be able to go down that way. Otherwise, I'll just be charging you.
Unfortunately, malicious damage to property is not uncommon when people lose their cool.
Oh, yeah, we get mal damage quite a bit, whether it be poker machine damage, front door damage to a place where someone's just been refused entry. I'm also giving you an official move-on direction from the Manly CBD. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, and this is a good one because we've actually got a bloke who's done it. We've got a face to the crime, so we get a result, hopefully.
The car's coming up as unregistered.
There's your licence back. Just, you can't touch your phone at all, all right?
A hectic day on the roads has lawbreakers out in full force.
You just come out of the vehicle, man?
According to our system, it's coming up as unregistered.
Why were you on your phone then?
Oh, just a call from work.
Get a call from work?
Yeah.
And now, Natalie and Marcus have pulled over a guy who was driving while talking on his phone.
The reason I pulled you over is just because you were on the mobile phone. Yes, coming out of Curry Road, you had the mobile phone up to your ear whilst driving.
We were stationary at the lights and we saw you pull out of Curry Road and you had something up next to your face and you were talking. Well, we saw you. Have you got a licence? Can we see your licence, please? Do you use a walkie-talkie or something for work or no? What did you have up next to your face? We just saw you. We just saw you had something up.
This guy reckons he can explain everything.
Hot days, sometimes I'm scratching and I'm holding like this. Sometimes I get tired, so I'm holding it. Just look like I'm holding a phone. Yeah, I got 5 before, 600 something. I know. I'm not stupid to do that again.
He didn't admit to the offence. He just is convinced he wasn't talking on the phone. We saw him at the traffic lights and he was definitely talking on a phone. Have you got your ID, please?
Just your licence for me, thank you. Thank you. So, most people deny it and you get used to people not telling the truth after a while, so.
So you don't have any idea why we pulled you over? You don't think you were talking on anything? So did we just imagine that we saw you talking?
I didn't see you, I don't know, I didn't call anybody.
I don't know if you're lying to us, but you were definitely talking to someone on a phone. Okay.
So at the moment you're going to receive an infringement notice in the mail for driving whilst using your mobile phone.
Just check on my phone right now.
I'm not going to argue it now. Basically on the back of the ticket, if you want to fight it, you've got options on the back there. You can either pay it or you can go to court over the matter, okay? So you're free to go.
That's all right, just don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again. Basically, he's going to receive a traffic infringement notice in the mail. It's about $311 and 3 points off his licence.
Sometimes I scratch his head that just look like I'm holding a phone or something. I got pulled over yesterday as well.
I definitely saw it in your hand, so. All right, you have a good day.
I've been living the Northern Beaches 22 years. It's my childhood home and just growing up here is amazing. So I've been on the job for 3 months as a probationary officer. I love going to work just because it's always different. The people I work with are also just amazing people.
That guy just winked at me.
Give him a kiss.
But Brendan is about to learn how a day on the job can change in a heartbeat.
You know, I had a feeling when I came to work today that we were going to do a deceased. So, confirmed deceased. It's a job that's come through from the AMBOs. 47-year-old male, unconscious and not breathing, but it's since come through that he's deceased. And that's really all the information we have, so we won't know until we get there what the circumstances are. Every police officer will go to a deceased at some stage, and it does get difficult because, you know, you're brought into people's lives for unexpected reason or a sudden reason, and it's hard not to get upset. When we got there, it was a man who was living alone in the back of someone's house in a granny flat downstairs. He was actually 44 years old. He was a father of 2 young kids. It was quite sad.
People could brief you on, like, obviously the job and what you have to do, but no one can teach you how to deal with that emotionally.
Personally, it resonates with me. My mum passed away when I was 12, so I really feel for his kids, and yeah, I was quite upset, yeah. Brendan was really, really good there. He did a lot of the hands-on type of work. I was busy dealing with the people that were there that were quite upset and were grieving, trying to get information off them.
We've now got to go tell the family, which is obviously quite hard, telling a family member that one of their relatives has passed away. We've never done it before. It's going to be really hard to tell them. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think that people do understand how confronting it is being a police officer and what we have to go through.
You always remember the first, I think, and you always remember your senses, what you've seen, what you felt, what you smelt, all those types of things. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah?
Fine. Yeah. Getting through it. It's something you just have to deal with as a job.
It's emotional and...
A bit confronting at first, but yeah. When I got home later on, I spoke to my parents about it, the closest people to me. Yeah, obviously I was shocked, and you can't prepare yourself for that.
We're human at the end of the day, we're not robots. We do have emotions, we do get affected by things.
They still can't fully teach you the whole aspects of the job, because every different incident is a whole new experience.
Over 7 million tourists visit Manly every year to enjoy the laid-back lifestyle. But some of them take it a little too far.
A lot of the backpackers come over here, and yes, they are on holidays, but they don't really seem to respect a lot of the nearby residents. You know, Manly's a beautiful place to live in, and they kind of take advantage of that.
And Robbo and Jared have just had a call out about a backpackers party.
Massive party at the location, which has been going since late last night.
Must be a good party if it's still going from last night.
They've been partying for non-stop in the night for 5 days, but recently the last party started yesterday at about 5 p.m, I think, and they've been partying ever since then.
I'd be pretty angry if I lived nearby and all you could hear was backpackers partying all the time. There's a time and a place.
Beaches 15 off in at the party at Manly.
Off in the party?
Off in the party.
So it's 12 o'clock midday, so we're just going to tell them to quieten down because they're disturbing a lot of residents nearby, so hopefully we can get them to turn it off nice and peacefully. Hi, how you going? We just had a call here. Is there a party going on? Yep.
Yeah, and Ross is in there, so come through.
Okay.
So we'll go out.
Yeah, they're in the room somewhere.
Are they drinking or?
These visitors have been partying for 5 nights in a row. But this latest stint has been going for 19 hours straight.
Yeah. And you just want us to tell them to stop drinking?
Well,
or
yeah, they need to stop. Like, it's happened in the
Crowds
last
are
5
happening
nights.
at night here. It's
Right.
massive groups of people here
Okay.
at night, etc.
Because this is a backpackers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long are they staying here for?
Well, they only signed up for a month, but we've
terminating them.
Okay.
So they're about to get their marching orders.
Yeah, it's
No
just
worries.
because there was lots of men here in the last.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Which was like 8 of them around me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Woke up Saturday morning, you know I'm stretching and yawning. Look, last night was crazy.
Here to give you guys notice. You guys have been partying all night and this morning. No,
Well-
like we did make noise last night. Like I'm not.
There's various complaints tonight from neighbours.
It's not from someone here, it's actually from next door and from the back here. They've been complaining you've been partying for the last 5 days till all hours of the morning. So unfortunately we can't have it. It's not a party house.
We get a lot of these jobs. Backpackers tend to come to Manly and party and drink a lot, so we're just here to help out the residents nearby, and the owners of the backpackers, they call us for assistance because it can be quite intimidating for them to walk up to drunk people and tell them to stop drinking and quieten down. Hi, how's it going? So an eviction notice has been served on them to leave the location within a week. So you understand that a week from today you have to be out of the location. So there's to be no more partying because obviously there's a lot of complaints and whatnot. Understand? No worries. They were a little bit surprised by the news, but then again, it's probably not the first time they'll get kicked out of the backpackers and probably won't be the last, so. They were definitely on Tinder, those girls. Did you see the room? That was an absolute pigsty.